Hey, what's up YouTube? Pallav here, and we are the last day of the year, and what could be the better time to give you the best cameras list of 2016. And this video is gonna be long, mind you, because we're not gonna just tell you, simply tell you 3 best cameras or 5 best cameras this year. We're gonna tell you the best cameras, the winner and the runners up, the 2 cameras in as many as 8 categories. And the winner is the Sony RX100 Mark V. It was a very close fight between the Canon G7X Mark II and the Mark V, because the G7X Mark II has a longer lens and almost everything that the Mark V gives. Why Mark V got the winner prize is because of that PDF point. It's the first RX100 camera to actually have face detection points on the sensor, and the autofocus has improved so much that we actually found the continuous shooting and the overall video autofocus better than the Canon G7X Mark II. That's why it's the winner. The runners up, as much as you would like to believe or not, is a smartphone, because smartphone is the best pocket camera if you do not need the optical zoom. And our smartphone for choice for this category is a Samsung Galaxy S7 or S7 Edge, based on both have the identical camera, so based on your budget you can buy either of those. Now many people would say iPhone 7 or 7 Plus, but no, the S7 or S7 Edge's camera, rear camera at least, is better than the iPhone 7's camera, rear camera. The front camera of the iPhone 7 is slightly better, but in this category the runners up is the Samsung Galaxy S7. This year hasn't seen many of innovation from the bigger players. Still, we have a winner which is kind of a big shot winner, and that's the Panasonic FZ or FZ2500. You have the 20x Leica zoom, and you have 4K output. You have a touchscreen, an articulating touchscreen, so that you can properly do the vlog, external mic jack, headphone jack, everything. And that lens, despite of being such a long zoom, it's very video friendly. Another very video friendly, at least for the pro videographer, is the uncompressed 4x2x2 bit output, real-time output to a recorder. And depending on the bit rate, 8-bit or 10-bit, you can actually simultaneously record on the card as well. That's why this is the winner in 2016. But if you do not want to spend $1,200 on a mega zoom, if you just want that for your daily life and just to capture the distant objects, still get a very decent quality, then you can go for the Nikon B700. It records 4K, although the quality is really soft, but it also records a RAW format, and with a 60x zoom, it's right up there in our runners up list. Third category is my personal favorite, because I personally use this category a lot, and that's the best DSLR category of 2016. And the winner, hands down, is the Nikon D500. Well, it's a cropped sensor. A lot of people would say that full frame generally have better quality and all those things. This is probably the one DX format camera that actually starting to prove that wrong. Well, almost. You get an almost as great as a low light performance as the Maverick D750, which has been my long time favorite, depending on the price to performance ratio. So the D500 gives you that low light edge despite of being a crop sensor, plus that 153 autofocus point is crazy. It covers the whole sensor, 10 frame per second burst mode, and you can go on and on with a raw burst till up to 200 raw shots. Can you believe that? The ultimate sports and wildlife camera. The runners up in this list, and there was a close fight between the Canon 5D Mark IV and the Sony Alpha A999 II, but purely in terms of the gap between the predecessor and this one, we have given the runners up prize to the Sony Alpha A99 Mark II. And the Canon is also totally overpriced. This one is also pricey, but then the features that you'll see, the first BSI full frame, the first backside illuminated full frame, 12 FPS. You also have PDF points. I don't know how many autofocus points are total in that camera system. You have on sensor PDF point, you have dedicated autofocus sensor and whatnot. The video features are also amazing. Sony also get a great camera lens collection, so that's our runners up. A lot of people nowadays are preferring the mirrorless cameras over the DSLRs, mainly because of the ease of logistics, and also the quality is coming to almost at par to the DSLR. So the next category is the best mirrorless camera of 2016, and the winner is, well, unsurprisingly so, is the Sony A6500 or Alpha 6500. When you see the price to performance ratio, this will probably give you the best value for money. Plus the quality is amazing. The PDF points, the continuous autofocus shooting, even in video, is great. Runners-up list is actually the Fujifilm X-T2. This is the first Fujifilm which I found it's great on video features. It's now records 4K. But why is it in the runners-up list is mainly because of the price, and also the video features are still not up to the Sony. Plus the Sony has got better lens collection than the Fujifilm. Now note that the Fujifilm stopped selling their X series of cameras in India. So if you like this camera, then probably you'll have to import it on or tell your friend or families to get it from outside. And not very surprisingly, there are no camcorders here. There are no dedicated video cameras, because still cameras or the hybrid cameras are becoming so good in video. They're kind of becoming the mainstream video camera of choice for many videographers nowadays. The winners in this list, and for the second time, is the Panasonic FZ2500. Again, we already told you why that made it to our winner list during the Mega Zoom camera. For almost the same reasons, it's also our best video camera. And the runners up is again a phone. It's the iPhone 7 Plus, and that's my favorite. This year's my favorite vlogging camera as well, mainly because it's got a dual lens back camera, rear camera. That's fine. Many phones has got rear cameras, good rear cameras, but this front camera, despite of not having the optical image stabilization, gives you a pretty stabilized video actually. Plus the biggest strength of the iPhone is that it does recognize external mic, so you can actually go vlogging and do not have to speak into the built-in mic. Plus the sensors are really great on the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. You also have the Samsung series of the flagship series of phones, which does recognize external mic, also have great cameras. But then the Galaxy Note 7, you know what happened to it in 2016. For video, I would still prefer the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus over the S7. And our winner is the Sony HDR AS50R. This is the first Sony action cam that I found better than the corresponding GoPro and the competition. You have the electronic stabilization. Both GoPro 5 and this one have electronic stabilization. The Sony one has better housing, and I'm starting to find the body design of the Sony action cam better ergonomically than the GoPros, and overall the audio quality is also better. The lens is also slightly better, although the ecosystem as a whole is still needs to catch up to the GoPro family. But still, for the first time, the Sony action camera is on the top. It's the winner. And runners up is obviously the GoPro has to be there. So it's the GoPro Hero 5. Now they have the Hero 5 Black, only one model which also has a touchscreen on the back. So that's one a great thing. Now you do not have two models and all the GoPro goodness with the ecosystem is there. It is on the runners up. And there's another thing that I forgot to mention about the Sony action cam is that now you get a remote shooting remote shooting small panel. So you do not have to use your phone's battery to be able to shoot a video remotely from your action cam. That's another thing that has an advantage over the GoPro camera here. Best 360-degree camera. Now it was a hard decision because there are not many companies which are mass producing 360 cameras. And those which are trying to make some 360 cameras, they are mostly for fun. Like you have the Samsung 360 camera, LG 360 cameras, but those are generally for fun. The quality is not up to the level of, let's say, if someone wants to do a serious 360-degree video. But we've found two cameras which are there seriously and been making this. Number one is the Nikon Key Mission 360. Amazing camera, shoots 4K video, two lenses, shoots simultaneously 360-degree video. It's also shockproof, dustproof, and waterproof up to some level. And you also get a lot of housing for this. Plus the Nikon advantage, you can say they make really good, although sensors are not their own, but they make really good lenses at least. And the runners-up is the Ricoh Theta S. Ricoh is probably one of the first companies to bring out 360-degree cameras, and the Theta is still one of the best 360-degree cameras. And it is actually better in one area at least than the Nikon one, is that you can actually hold the camera. It's ergonomically much better than the Nikon one, but the quality is not as good as the Key Mission 360. Last but not least is the best gimbal camera. So we've tried to find out the cameras which are fixed on a gimbal, and then we tried to find out two cameras for this. We actually could not, because the gimbal cameras are still not mainstream, and we actually wanted to have a company that's mass producing these cameras to be able to include it into that list. Still, we have one winner, there's no runners up, and the winners is obviously unsurprisingly the DJI Osmo. It has got a great 4K camera, it's got a 3-axis gimbal, only about 40,000 Indian rupees, very aggressively priced. That gimbal is amazing stabilizer, but that camera is one of the same cameras that you get on the prosumer level drones. Very good wide angle video shot. So that's our winner. So then guys, that was the list for the best cameras of 2016 in their respective categories. If you think I missed anything, please comment down below. Happy New Year in advance. Keep supporting us. Please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share this video to your friend and family. Till the next video, ciao.